time is short. The time is short. Let's get that one. It is right here. This is what the Apostle Paul said. This is the same Apostle Paul that said this. Before I read the 29th verse, he said this in the first verse. Now, this is teaching on marriage. Now, you got groups like the IUIC, they push marriage, but this is what the Apostle Paul said. Now, concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. All right. So what do you think that means? It's good for a man pretty much to be on his own, especially in this ministry. And one of the reasons why he said that is when you jump down to the 29th verse. This is what fueled him to say what he said in the first verse. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. Now, remember, this was written more than 2,000 years ago. So how much more now? The time is really short. Okay. It remaineth that both they that have wives or women be as though they had none. So even if you were to so-called cultivate a relationship, which we don't even have time to cultivate a relationship. We already have a relationship. Us men that are in this knowledge is truth, we already have a relationship. And that is with Yahweh Bar Shem Yahushua through this knowledge. That's our relationship. Now, if the woman want to come along, she's with you and, she wants to come along and she's not a hindrance to your relationship with Yahweh Bar Shem Yahushua, well, then she can tag along. But if she becomes a hindrance to your relationship with Yahweh Bar Shem Yahushua, well, it's time to do what you got to do. It's time to let her go. All right? It's as simple as that, man. Because she, like the Apostle Paul said, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. And remember, most of these women that you meet, in reality, they're not even our wives because they weren't virgins when we met them. All right. There's an old saying, she's not yours, it's just your turn. That's the kind of world we live in, man. That's the world we live in right now. All right. She is not yours, it's just your turn. That's being a realist. Okay. Speaking of realist, redeeming the time. Let's get that scripture and we're going to go back to the video. Redeeming the time. You got to know what time period you're in. That's being a realist. Redeeming the time. Okay? We got to understand the dynamic between man and woman has totally changed, man. Totally changed. Here it is right here. Ephesians 5:16. Okay, it says, well, let me start at 15. All right, it's very simple. If you with a woman, it's your way 100% or the highway. That's how it's got to be in this knowledge is truth. It's not going to work any other way. If she's with you, right, it's your way or the highway, 100%. And no fucking 50-50, 100%. You're the captain of the ship. All right, she's on board the ship. If she doesn't like the rules of the ship, she got to get the hell off. Okay, especially if this is a woman that you met, you didn't take her virginity. Okay, we ain't got time to invest, all kind of emotions into a woman that's pretty much gonna leave us high and dry, man. We ain't got time for that bullshit. Okay. So this is the way you have to think, okay? Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly. What do you think circumspectly mean? To look around, to check things out, okay? Don't just walk blindly. You meet a woman and all of a sudden you acting as if this woman is the so-called love of your life. This nonsense, man. Especially as a woman that's been around, that has a high body count. And the average woman out there, they have astronomical body counts. And a lot of these women, they don't count the guys that they have one night stands. They'll when they tell you, oh, when you ask them, well, how many men you been with? Oh, I've been with 5 men. Yeah, those are 5 relationships they had. They don't count the numerous amount of one night stands that they've had. They don't count that, man. So this is all a part of walking circumspectly. I'm speaking to you young brothers out there in the faith. Okay? Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, not as fools, but as wise. And by the way, that word nice, it means to be a fool. Look it up. It's from the Latin. It means to be a fool. Excuse me. The worst thing a woman can tell you is, oh, you're a nice guy. And women don't want nice guys. Okay? They want guys that treat them like assholes. That's what they want. Even though they won't say, but that's what they want, man. All right? Now, again, quoting the Apostle Paul, he said, every man has his proper gift. Right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushua could send you a woman that will work with you, you know, that will be your pillar, your support as you're in this ministry. But any other kind of woman, don't even look to take her seriously. Most of these women out here just for bedroom fun, and that's about it. You put the broom to them. Okay? It is what it is. I'm just telling you, hey, being a realist. Okay? Reading on, it says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. You see, redeeming the time. Knowing what, again, being a realist. Like Homeboy said in the video, okay? Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Exactly. Understanding what the will of the Lord is. Now, if this woman is hindering you doing the will of the Lord, if this woman is hindering you doing the will of the Lord, it's time for her to go. It's time for her to go. Okay? It is what it is.